A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John chapter 1 verses 19 to 28. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. When Jews from Jerusalem sent a group of priests and officials to ask John who he was completely honest. He didn't evade the question. He told the plain truth. I am not the Messiah. They pressed him. Who then? Elijah? I am not. The prophet? No. Exasperated, they said, who then? We need an answer for those who send us. Tell us something, anything about yourself. I am thunder in the desert. Make the road straight for God. I am doing what the prophet Isaiah preached. Those sent to question him were from the Pharisee party. Now they had a question of their own. If you are neither the Messiah or Elijah or the prophet, why do you baptize? John answered, I only baptize using water. The person you don't recognize has taken his stand in your midst. He comes after me, but he is not in second place to me. I am not even worthy to hold his coat for him. These conversations took place in Bethany on the other side of the Jordan, where John was baptizing at the time. The Gospel of the Lord. Reflections on the Gospel according to John chapter 1 verses 19 to 28. At the beginning of a drama, you need to get to know the characters. 3 times the spiritual leaders of the people anxiously asked John the same question, who are you? John the Baptist answered by saying who he was not, which is just as important as saying who you are. Then he said, I am a voice. It was enough. He was a voice speaking of God, a finger pointing to the new things that God was doing in this world. That was his deepest identity. To be precise, this was his identity and also ours. Who are you? How do you see yourself? These are questions we ask one another this day. But today we ask these questions especially to ourselves. Who am I? How do I see myself? In our complex world, these are not trivial questions. There are many who are willing to offer us ready-made identities. Among you stands one whom you do not know. We do not know him because we cannot get away with imposing an identity on him, though we try all the time. Jesus the Catholic, Jesus the Protestant, Jesus the Baptist. Yes, John, we too are unworthy to untie the strap of his sandals. This statement of John is commonly understood as a statement of John's humility. But it had bigger meanings for the readers of the time of John when the Gospel was written. It meant appropriating the right to marry a woman who belonged to another. By declaring himself unworthy to untie the straps of the sandals, the Baptist states that he has no right to steal the bride of Christ. Meaning to say, people should not mistake him for the Messiah or a prophet. There is nothing worth comparing him with the Christ. I am not the Christ, but I have been sent before him. Only the bridegroom has the bride, but the friend of the bridegroom stands by and listens and rejoices to hear the bridegroom's voice. My joy is now full, says John. We share the same mission of the Baptist, and it would be worth learning from him in our life and mission, his attitude of being nothing more than a voice, being the voice of Christ in the world.